Thank you. Most welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Vansky Waran as usual. I'm really humbled to welcome you back to my YouTube videos. And I'm so grateful. And in today's video, we are going to be looking at one of the powerful messages that I will be sharing it with you. So here, it's my powerful message. I also appreciate you for following me out in my previous video, and also I'm so grateful to see you again back in this uh, video of mine. So today we are going to be looking into the sources of information, and that is will be our topic of discussion today. And here it's how we are going to run. Yeah. So yeah, this is how we are going to run, looking at primary, looking at information sources, and now information sources. This basically refers to the materials, refers to materials or documents that one used to find information. And today we are going to be looking at our primary source of information. So in our primary source of information, we are going to be looking at the definition of what primary source is. We'll look at some examples of primary sources, and then there we go to the characteristics of primary sources and look at the advantages and disadvantages. And then finally we look at the reliabilities of primary sources, where we look into where we look at their challenges, their strengths and the challenges. So coming to the definition of primary sources, primary sources is normally defined as a direct source. Why it is defined as a direct source? It is because the information is got directly from that moment where the event occurs. And then it is defined as a direct first-hand piece of information, meaning the information that is being got it's directly at that very moment, and that is in that very moment where someone may be what evidencing it, and it is normally created at the time of event, or either it can be someone who directly experienced the event or someone who has been witnessing that event that been occurring. So you who is getting that information, it means you get that information from that primary source, and the primary source is that event that is taking place. Then there, this takes us to be looking at the examples of the primary sources. In our example number one, it's a document. For example, we have documents like the historical document. Let me say those are documents that have been published, and it is actual. Okay, it has been written by people who has witnessed, who have evidence, who has been there for that time where the event has been occurring. Then secondly, we have legal documents. For example, this one in the court of law where someone will be participating in the court of law. And then, okay, say that you who is recording, I mean, you may get the information directly from the primary source, that immediate person, who is participating in the what in that court of law. And then the other one would be personal letters. Normally, when personal letters you write, the letters that you write, it's actually direct from you, and the person who will be getting that information gets it direct immediately from you as being the primary source. And then looking at newspapers that have been published, newspapers or magazines that have been published at the time of event, that exact time where someone get that information direct from that event. And then example number two, it's creative work like poems. Example, someone may create a poem and person will come out with that poem to recite. So you who is recording, you get the information direct from that person, and that person become the primary source. And then we can also have artwork, and then have songs that have been composed, and someone will be able to sing it, and you get that information direct from primary source, from the person who is singing. Then we shall have also oral histories, interviews like testimonies, or interviews, in direct interview. Like for example, someone may be testifying about certain events. So you who is recording or listen to the person testifying about what has happened, you're getting the information directly from that primary source. The person become a primary source. So this, then there are primary source. It's let me say scientific data like draw from scientific experiment, laboratory notes, and field work. Okay. Uh, Scientific data, like the raw data from the scientific experiments, let me say, normal science deals with the experimental thing, and uh, here this is applied to that exact moment where the scientists or the people carrying out the practical will be participating as you being the person collecting the information will be recording. So they meaning there you get the information from that direct person. Then now this one here will take us into looking at the characteristics of the primary sources. Characteristic number one of a primary source is that it is about the originality, meaning primary source is original. It is direct and unaltered from the base that actual it has occurred. If you get it directly from that moment where the event is occurring, and it is and it is not altered. And then secondly, it is unmediated events, it is unmediated evidence, meaning there's no need of someone interpreting. Take example like when you're watching football and you see a player being injured and the leg got fractured. Do you think is there a need for you to be asking someone and to give you explanation on how that thing has happened? Actually, no, because you yourself have witnessed it exactly from that from that event that has occurred from that player that in the way he has been injured. And then this one and then next is time related. Let's say for primary sources, it's normally close to the time of the event occurring. That exact time it is very tight. When at that exact time where the event occurs, that is where the primary source it's be gone. And then now this takes us into looking at the advantages of primary sources. And here in the advantages of primary sources, we first look at the historical aspect, and then primary sources help historians to use original information and understand about the past so that they may be able to write or create stories and be able to explain stories of event that has occurred, which has occurred, so that the information will be accurate to be what original. And then looking at the literatures, also this one help literatures researchers. They help researchers to understand and use the exact information, the original information to write books and literatures. And then looking at science, scientists rely on research papers, experiments, and data to test ideas, confirm. Normally, science, let me say, science it deals with let me say, is proving actually if something is it is right. It's full of discoveries and full of proving. So you find when something has been discovered and it has been put in written, scientists get that information and for them they try to prove it by themselves. So that will help them to analyze and appreciate that indeed this thing that has taken this thing has worked this way, and this help them to get knowledge and different knowledge from different science field. Then here we'll be looking at coming to do the disadvantage of primary sources, and this is the advantage. Number one is that primary sources can be incomplete or biased. Now take example like you actually you're getting any information from as a primary source, someone recording, and you find you may be having some errors in recording. So you find when you record you have errors in recording. I mean the information that you recorded may not be exactly and does not be accurate. So that's one of the error that may occur in a recording, or it may occur once you actually let me say come late for the event that has occurred. And then next is bias. Let me say primary sources at times it may touch the person recording the information, and for you, you may feel like you should also involve self in what is reacting, which what will interrupt the recording of the information. And then next is the primary source. It might be difficult to understand without a background expertise. Take example like as the event that occurs. Okay, let's say take a scenario like when you come and found a certain event occurring. You have not known what the background, how it started. Mhm. So if there is no exact person who can explain that for you, it becomes difficult. So it means it needs for you to first search for someone who has been there at at the moment where that event started. So that's the disadvantage of primary sources. Then here now let's look at the reliabilities here. In the reliabilities of the primary source, we are going to be looking at the strengths and the challenges. Looking at the strengths, number one is that primary source is direct, making it quality and accuracy. Yeah, of course, if the information is direct, then its quality, it's clear, and its normal access is not being interrupted. And then its challenge is that it may be incomplete or it may be decisive and maybe biased. Let me say, yeah, it can be incomplete, taking the scenario like when someone made a mistake in recording, or either someone either the information so ill about the person recording. So that definitely it will be a challenge to the person getting that information. And that is how primary sources are it's all about. And I'm actually so grateful. Thank you for investing your time with me. And seriously, so I appreciate you spending your time with me to actually watch this video that can actually help you to understand about information literacy. So I thank you, my dear followers and my dear watchers, and I actually would request you to subscribe, share my videos, and please put some comments so that I'll be improving my videos day and day. Thank you. Meet you in the next video. God bless you.